Abdullah, do you have any problem regarding last lecture?
No,
Everything is clear?
everything is here.
Good. That's-
Yeah.
Okay, we were talking about the design tab in which we discussed about watermarks, page colors, and page borders. Yeah, there's one thing left in this topic in border and shading, that was shading. Okay, we have discussed in the last lecture about the art border. You should try all these borders one by one. And this is shading. Shading, for example, I click any color and okay. Look, the cursor containing your paragraph will be shaded by the chosen color, right? For example, you have your cursor here and you click page border and shading and you click on any color. For example, this one. Okay, right. Look, the paragraph containing the cursor will be colorized by your chosen color. It is called shading. So how can we remove this shade? By going again there, shading, fill, no color, right? It will be cleared. And apply to paragraph, right? It will be applied to the paragraph. And pattern, you can also select any pattern as the shading. And color, you can change the pattern colors like that. Now you can see the background of the text has been changed into a colored pattern. Like that. Now I want to clear, no color, and click OK. Page border, shading. Oh, sorry, no color. From here, style, clear. OK. And also click here. If you want to clear all the styles at once, you must select all the paragraph by pressing Ctrl-A. Shading and no color. Okay, that's fine. Right. We have a page layout tab in which you can change the size of the paper. You can change the orientation. You can change the margins, or you can change the columns. For example, have you seen the newspaper in which you find the text in column shape? For example, if I show you some newspaper, newspaper, click on images. Yeah, this one, look. You can see all newspapers have the almost same format, and that is column format. For example, I open this newspaper and also I open this one. Look at this. First column, this is second, third, fourth. How many columns there are there in this newspaper? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 columns. And here there are 4 columns. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So you can design your page like this newspaper. Okay, for example, this is your page in MS Word, and you want to change its layout in the columns format. At the moment, it has 1 column or it has a page format. I click in columns. 1, 2, 3. Okay, left, right. How many columns do you need? For example, I click on 2. Look, your page is distributed in 2 columns. I convert into 3 columns. This is 3 columns. 3 columns are looking not so good. Do you know why? Because the text, the font of the text is a little bigger. So click Control A to select to select all the document and go to Home. And from here, change the font size like 12. It's now much better. Select all the text and copy and paste so that we can see the columns properly. Or even I can change its text a little smaller. It will be even more better. Yes, 8. That's nice. That's good. Now you can see your document is looking much similar to a newspaper. For example, I again go to the newspaper, but can you see here my text is left aligned. From the left, it is aligned, but from the right, it is not aligned. Abdullah, do you get my point? Or did you get my point?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, good. My text is not aligned from the right side. Rather, it is aligned from the left side. I want it to be aligned from both of the sides. Either I will select it or I will keep my cursor in this paragraph, or I can, you may select it all. Look, there are 4 options: align center, align right, align left, and justified. This is justified. Look, now your text is justified from both the side. Now you can see this text is looking like this one, which is aligned from the both sides, and it's called justified. Abdullah, can you hold for a minute?
Yes.
I'm coming. Okay, welcome back. Right. So in this way, select all, press Control A. You have selected all the text. Now just click on this justified. There are 4 types of justifications: justify, low, medium, and high. You can choose any one of them. It will do solve a purpose for your justification. And justify low, justify simple, justify, or justify medium. Anyone you can choose which fits to your need. And again, I go to page layout and I click on columns, right? There is another format that is left. Look, there is a big column on the right side and there is a small column on the left side. This is another style of the columns. Or you can click on the right. It is a reflection of the first one. And I mean the bigger column on the left side and the smaller one on the right. Okay, for example, I want 4 columns and 5 columns, but you couldn't find the 4 or 5 columns options here. So what would I do? I will click on the more columns. Click here. Now you can see number of columns. You can increase as many as you want, like that. Okay, maximum numbers you can increase up to 9. It depends upon the width of your page. For example, I want 1 column. Okay, fine. Okay, this is 1 column. And more columns. I click on 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 columns I need. Now you have got 5 columns. Or I need 4 columns. And you can see here, column 1, 2, 3. These are 4 columns. And look, here are all the spacing and width of each column. Every column is of 1.44 inch. And the spacing between each column is 0.24. This is the spacing. The column width, this is spacing. For example, I reduce space from 0.24 to 1. Look, first space has reduced to 1, while the second and third remains the same. In this way, I can change all the sizes of, and click OK. Now look, all the columns width and spacing. And for example, I want different spacing. Click it 2, click it 3, click it on 4. Okay, now you can see this is 3, this is 1, this is 2. But I want equal column width. Click here. Now, Abdullah, can we hold for a minute for Azan?
Okay.
Right. I have selected from here this checkbox, equal columns width. Now, there is only one spacing is active. If I will increase one spacing, all the other spacing will be increased automatically. For example, I click on spacing 5 and okay, and you can see more columns, equal spacing, and click OK. It becomes all the spaces now becomes equal. And if I will increase, all the spaces will be increased simultaneously. And for example, if I increase the width of the columns, look, now width of the columns has increased. And because the space is less, so the columns are merging together. Okay, for example, from here, you can also choose 1, 2, 3, left and right column also. For example, I chosen 3 columns, okay, like that. And I reduce the spacing to 2, like that. And also I can, there's option line between. It will draw a line between the columns. While at the moment you can see there is no line, there is only spacing between the columns. So press OK. Now you can see the columns, lines in between the columns. There are some columns which are still unchanged, unaltered, because we didn't select the whole of the document. I click Control A, and now I click on the 3, click OK. Now all the columns have been converted into 3 columns. This break in the line is due to the different number of the columns. For example, select all and more columns, remove the line, click OK. And again, we click on 2 and line between the columns. Right. Now it became the continuous line. Now you can change the number of columns of your choices. Okay. Oh. Select all. 3. Okay. Now that's great. And that's fine. As the text has finished here, so it will not be continued to the next column. If I press Control V here, you can see again it have second and third column, this and this. But the font size is different here. Press Control A to select all the buttons, to select all the text, and select from here the font size 8. Now that's nice. Okay, for example, I want this V a little bit bigger. First, V I want a little bit bigger. Or for example, I want this T a little bit bigger. So what would I do? Right? I have told you about the drop cap. Do you remember? Drop cap?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. This is drop cap in insert tab. Look, this is drop cap. We have discussed this before. So it's for style. To grab attention of the reader, you are changing the style like that. Click here. Look, Then click here. Every first letter will be dropped like that. Now you can see it's looking now better. It's looking more beautiful, right?
Yes.
And even you can change the color. Select, and you can change the color. It will look even more beautiful. Select, change the color from here, or you can change color from here, from anywhere. Go to home, you can change color from here. Okay, for example, I want this text, this one, from here to here. I don't want to put text in the columns, this one. Okay, select it and click on column 1. Look, above this page, everything is in column format. And below this, you have all the text without columns in a simple paragraphs, in a normal paragraphs. Or again, I want this text columns. I want this text in 2 columns. Click here. Okay. This is in 2 columns. And the text above in 3 columns. So you can change columns on every page of your own choice. Okay, this text is not aligned on the right side. What can I do to align on the both side? Can I align the text on the both sides? Can you tell me
Yes.
how?
You go to home
Okay,
and then you see like next to the the aid below the aid there's a color. Next to those you have options to align these.
good. That's nice. And this is called justify. Very good, Abdullah. MashaAllah. Great. So you can select all the text like this. And you can click justify, and all the text will be aligned on both sides. That's fine. Now, can you see that this page is just looking like this, just like your a newspaper, right? For example,
Yes.
these are the heading of the news. Obviously you can change some of them into headings. For example, select this, bold, and a little bit bigger. Oh, now even more better. If you could insert some images in between here in the text, it will be 100% newspaper. Insert pictures. Insert another picture. Wonderful. Abdullah, do you like it?
Yes.
Now it's looking good, right?
Yes.
Now it's become a complete newspaper for you. You can see the original newspaper. Look, this one. I think our newspaper is more beautiful than this newspaper, right?
Yes.
Now try this. In the page layout, use columns, use some text. And do you know how to insert the sample text?
Equal RAND rand.
Okay. Then
Rand greater than sign.
no brackets. Bracket
Oh,
start,
brackets.
bracket
Bracket
start,
close.
bracket close.
Bracket close.
And click OK. That's nice. Okay. Now generate the random text. Right? Generate the random text and put it into the page. Then convert it into 2 or 3 columns and insert some images. And you are done. You have created your first newspaper, right?
Yes.
Okay. See you next time, inshallah, tomorrow. And create this file and send me to by your father's WhatsApp.
Okay.
Okay. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Do you have any question, Abdullah?
No question.
Okay. Thank you very much. Take care. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh.